Americans love scenery. We want to see it all, from one coast to the next, Mount Rushmore down to the Everglades. So hop into a Chevy Malibu and take the scenic route. It's the car you knew America could build. There's a place where people count on friendships they can trace back generations, where they can count on the same stool at the coffee shop waiting for them every morning. This place is called Glen Ellen, and you can find it in every bottle of Glen Ellen wine. This is craft brewed Herman Joseph's, the smoothest, easiest drinking specialty beer in the entire solar system. And I believe you'll find drinkable in the dictionary right after don't order a beer you can't drink. Zoingo! Boingo! The freestyle pogo with more boing, more bounce. Bounce further, bounce higher with Zoingo Boingo. To see what makes Arrowhead Mountain Spring water different from those other waters, you have to go back to the source. And with Arrowhead, that means going back a little farther and longer than most. Between security challenged and security strengthened, there's one important word: how. And it is the how that makes all the difference to our nation and our world. Lockheed Martin. We never forget who we're working for. What makes Kraft Singles so good? 2 out of every 3 kids don't get the recommended amount of calcium. But with Kraft Singles, they get a good source of calcium and the taste they love. Kraft Singles. Magic every single time. Throw boring overboard with a new real meal from Long John Silver's. A meal worthy of a plate, just $4.99. Only at Long John Silver's. We may not all be geniuses, but we can all do something smart. Introducing the Hyundai 199 Sonata Lease. It's a smart deal on a really smart car.
And they finally brought out my son, and they're like, take a picture. I was like, I don't want to take a picture. He's like, take a picture. I was like, I don't want to take a picture. He's like, take a picture. I was like, bro, my Palestinian baby's been stuck at this checkpoint last 40 hours. There's no time for photos.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, Trump Tuesday, November the 18th, and this is The True Conservative. Welcome to all the butchers, bakers, and candlestick makers out there. I'm Ron, your host, and the only true conservative in the United States today. So today, after the Serenity Prayer and the patriotic song of the day, we will have Varney and Company, motivation, meditation, and President Trump. All that and more when I get back. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I should not change, the courage to change the things I should, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. Thank you, Varney and Company.
Varney and Company picks it up. Stu, take it away.
Good morning, Maria. Good morning, everyone. Just about everything is down today. Stocks, Bitcoin, gold. There is a growing concern that the air is coming out of the AI balloon. And Google's Sundar Pichai says no one is immune if the AI bubble bursts. Another negative, some big tech companies are spending so much that they are issuing bonds. They have to borrow money. The Dow Industrial's down probably in the neighborhood. Well, I'm showing you big tech, but let me show you the Dow first of all. The Dow at the moment is down about 346 points. That's pre-market, of course. S&P down about 30. That would be about a half percentage point. NASDAQ down 150 points. Now, let's get to the tech stocks. First off, NVIDIA. They report tomorrow after the bell. Walking up to that, they're down another couple of bucks. 184 is the current quote. Tech stocks, they're down virtually across the board. There's one winner I see there, and that's Apple. It's up only 99 cents. Microsoft has dropped firmly below $500 a share. They've got a downgrade. Amazon, Meta, they're all down. Bitcoin, that's down $91,300 a coin. The price of gold, barely above $4,000. You're at $4,064. The 10-year Treasury yield, I'm coming down to 410 on that one. And the 2-year, 357 is the yield on that 2-year Treasury, 357. They're all down. Politics. The president says inflation is at the sweet spot. He wants and expects prices to come down more. Here, the Republicans are all in on affordability. In 2 hours, Mohammed bin Salman arrives at the White House for his first visit in years. President Trump will sell the Saudis our most advanced jet fighter, the F-35. Now, that's controversial, but the sale may be part of a deal to get the Saudis to join the Abraham Accords. We're also hearing that one of the most famous soccer players in the world, Cristiano Ronaldo, will meet with President Trump at the White House today. Ronaldo told Piers Morgan just a few weeks ago that President Trump is one of the guys that can help change the world. They'll meet today. On the show today, here comes the wealth tax. 8 states have proposals. The left in California wants a 5% hit on billionaires. The socialist mayors-elect in Seattle and New York also want confiscation of wealth, and so does Senator Warren. Tax the rich looks likely to become the mantra of the Democrats going into the midterms. And then there's the BBC. They've been ruined by Trump derangement syndrome. Time for reform in London and New York. The elites are losing their grip on the establishment media. Tuesday, November 18th, 2025.
And that was Varney and Company, non-profit news now. Back in a minute. Thank you. And now an article from the American Thinker called Confessions of an Ex-Tucker Fan. And I like it because I, too, am an ex-Tucker fan. Here we go.
Confessions of an ex-Tucker fan. In the school of Tuckerism, I was a prospective PhD. I never missed Tucker's Fox News monologues. Every night, I imbibed his lively lectures, treating his conservative social critique as a nightly devotional. His cuts into liberalism were scalpel sharp. I once commented to my wife, after another of Tucker's surgical vivisections of some liberal propagandist, I'd hate to be one of his liberal guests. Though sometimes, looking back, the red flags were there. Baseless conspiracy theories punctuated with an emphatic, "This is just true," period. He still put on a nightly clinic on how to deconstruct the left. But now the scalpel-like critiques are gone, replaced by pernicious conspiracies, reputation laundering, and a bizarre and ironic obsession with Israel. The man I followed devotionally has become a guru of the fringe. So, now Tucker has to go. The first big red flag was his interview, of Andrew Tate. I knew little about Tate except that some Daily Wire types found him offensive. Like you, I'm not the internet's dad, to paraphrase Megyn Kelly. I don't stay on top of every sensation. I assumed my formerly nightly guru was informed for me and would challenge Tate accordingly. He had sliced and diced his way so effectively through ideological obfuscators on Fox News that the Democrat Party reportedly advised its representatives to stay away. Tucker reported, "I thought, so I could decide." Tucker flew to Romania. So determined was he to platform Tate, to do the promotional video, interview. Platforming is a fine neologism, by the way, because it describes what's being done with a lucid verb. The Tucker tape talk was bromantic, less challenging than chummy. I concluded, wow, this tape isn't such a bad guy. He was just, apparently, heterosexual. I related my conclusion to one of the rarest people you'll find on X, a patient, informative friend. He countered my Tucker-induced delusion with facts, like this declaration from Tate about how he manipulated women in prostituting themselves into online porn. My job was to meet a girl, go on a few dates, sleep with her, test if she's quality, get her to fall in love with me to where she'd do anything I say, and then get her on webcam. Tate was a pimp. That's just true. Period. I was embarrassed. I realized I had been conned by Tucker's interview. I mean, reputation laundering. I wondered why Tucker hadn't challenged him. Still, Tucker had built an enormous reservoir of trust from years of nightly skewering the leftist culture. So, I was a little more wary, but I hadn't given up on Tucker. I overlooked his adamant. That's just true. Period. Verdict that the U.S.'s atomic bombings were immoral. Spoiler alert, they weren't, as I argued here. Then came the Putin propaganda video he hosted. I knew immediately that was silly. The unchecked revisionist history, the grocery store, and subway stunts. I can take you to streets in Ethiopia that appear as prosperous and modern as any in America. Does that mean we should adopt the Ethiopian economic model? Still, Tucker hadn't yet bounced his trust check. I extended him a deep line of credit. Finally came the Daryl Cooper infomercial. Tucker called Cooper the most important popular historian working in the United States today. Unless popular in that sentence is meant to mean fictional or pseudo, the statement is nonsensical. I am a historian. I have a PhD in history. I've published 16 peer-reviewed articles. Those are articles that scholars with a PhD reviewed anonymously for a journal and approved for publication. That's what it takes to be considered a historian. Cooper, on the other hand, has published 0 historical books or academic articles. That's 0, as in less than 1. But Tucker presented him as an expert. This wasn't ignorance. It was fabulism. Then it dawned on me that something was seriously wrong. Tucker used to host Victor Davis Hanson weekly on his FNC show. If Tucker wanted to interview a real historian, he knew how to reach Professor Hanson. But it wasn't about history. It was about some other agenda. Something about that revisionist history attracts Tucker now. The one common thread of all Tucker's new friends, from Tate to Fuentes, is that America and the West generally are bad. And the hits just keep coming. Between my first draft of this article and its second, Tucker sought to malign Dietrich Bonhoeffer. It's an attempt to induce cultural revulsion, softening us up for a cultural revolution. George Orwell said, "The most effective way to destroy people is to deny and obliterate their own understanding of their history." See my America's Cultural Revulsion article on that. Finally, with Cooper, I concluded Tucker had crossed the Rubicon into the land of crazies and burned his boats. I dropped him from my podcast rotation. I wasn't too surprised when he featured Nick Fuentes, after Charlie Kirk is no longer able to decry it, and gave him the Andrew Tate treatment. Fuentes was the bridge too far for many of his erstwhile followers. For me, it was Cooper. For others, it may be his soiling of Bonhoeffer's reputation. If you haven't left the Tucker train yet, hold tight. He is coming for a hero or principle you love. Then you will jump off. He's handing out poison red pills to conservatives to turn them against the nation they should love. If you still trust him, beware. He'll leave you embarrassed when you try to champion his skewed view of the world to a well-informed and hopefully patient friend. That's just true. Period.
And that was called Confessions of an Ex-Tucker Fan, and that sums up pretty much my standpoint on Tucker. I used to love Tucker when he was on Fox News, and then when he got, all of a sudden he leaves Fox News, and apparently maybe he was fired, who knows, it was kind of cloudy, but I thought, wow, shame on Fox. This is a great guy. And then he slowly but surely started losing his mind. That's the only thing I can think of, is that he has some type of severe neurosis or psychosis, because it's just, now what he does is just absolutely delusional. So I too am an ex-Tucker fan. Back in a minute. Thank you. So, truck drivers, there's been a lot of talk about people driving commercial vehicles in the United States, and that they have been given commercial driver's licenses without being able to speak English and really not having the command of the road that they should have, and understanding of the laws of the road, etc., and that's creating disasters and potential disasters. This goes right back to Democrat activism. The idea is activism is a theory that you should act first, think later. Really what it means is act first and rationalize later. So they were activistic when they allowed millions of people into the country just to flood across the borders, and so they didn't think it through. As I've said before, several times before, they didn't think this through. What are we going to do once these people get here? What do we do with them? No answer. Just bring them across the border. We'll let them fend for themselves. They'll go out and they'll look for jobs and pay into Social Security, and everybody will live happily ever after. Well, that doesn't happen. Most of them, since they don't speak any English, they don't even know how to begin looking for a job. They don't know where to look for a job. They don't know how to fill out an application, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And again, if they had simply gone ahead and gotten vetted these people simply by saying, we got your choice. You can go to the East Coast and work for FEMA and clean up hurricane damage, or you can go to the West Coast and fight fires. If they say, well, I don't want either one of those, you send them home. Okay, kids automatically get sent home too, because there's no way they can contribute. And you get these people with the Forest Service or FEMA, low-skilled jobs. They don't need a commercial driver's license. All they need is a shovel. And if the Democrats had bothered to think this through and see this opportunity, they could have, again, owned the country, the entire country. They would have been heroes, saving Social Security while at the same time rescuing people on both the East and the West Coasts from natural disasters, and putting poor people from all over the world to work. They would have been heroes. They would have owned the country. Nobody would even remember who Donald Trump was. But because they were activistic about things, they couldn't be bothered to think this through. They missed the opportunity, and now they're busy destroying themselves and each other. Back in a minute. Thank you. And now a little bit of motivation.
What do you do when your battle chooses you? What do you do when something shows up on your doorstep that you did not directly cause, choose, or definitely anticipate?
There's problems that we go through that cause stress, worry, anxiety, and fear, but you might be in the battle of your life. I want to encourage you. It's not about what's happening around you. It's always about what's happening inside of you.
Life is hard sometimes. Easy, it's not an option. It's hard. Keeping your spirits up, getting up every day knowing and feeling that death is watching over you and say, you better sleep with one eye open because I'm waiting on you. It's hard when you're hurting. It's hard. You got bills, you got responsibilities. It's hard. But it's worth fighting. It's worth believing. It's worth giving yourself a chance. It's worth mustering yourself up, standing up inside yourself. It's worth fighting relentlessly, never giving up. You can do it. You can do it.
Just because you feel afraid doesn't mean you have to be afraid. Just because you feel discouraged doesn't mean you have to be discouraged. Just because you have fear doesn't mean fear has to have you.
When you have fear, fear makes you speak in a certain way. When you have fear, but when you have faith, you don't need to count. When you have faith, you don't need to go outside. When you have faith, you don't need to see how many horses. When you have faith, you don't need to see how many armies. When you have faith, you don't need to see how many swords. When you have faith, you don't need to count no shields. When you have faith, you don't need to look at the parameter and see how many against. When you have faith, you just believe and it'll happen. You gotta get to the point where you don't need a car anymore. You don't need a house anymore. You don't need to be pushed by anybody anymore. Your dreams, your wives gonna push you. Your spouse is gonna push you. Your child is gonna push you. The need to get better is going to push you. Because you're closer than you're ever going to be. It's gonna push you. You don't need anything to push you. Your goals are gonna push you. Your dreams are gonna push you. The opportunity of a lifetime that happens in this particular time frame is gonna push you. It's gonna drive you. It's going to make you better. You gotta tell life, I don't know who you've been dealing with, but you ain't dealt with me. You gotta tell bankruptcy. You gotta tell divorce. You gotta tell sickness. I don't know who you've been dealing with, but you come up against the wrong one this time. If you are willing to ride, you can start from nothing. When I talk about beast mode now, I'm talking about the ant that's very small, but that can probably live 100 times his weight. I'm saying that some of you in this room, you might not be a lion yet. Some of you in this room, you might be an ant. You might have small beginnings. You might not have a lot of money. You might not have a lot of resources. You might be the ant, and the ant has very little, but he's determined. He's strong. He has a dream and a goal, and he'll do whatever it takes. Many of you right now, life's got you up against the rope, and you got to do me a favor. Like, you can't give up. You can't give in. Listen to me. If it was easy, everybody would do it. And if life's got you backed up, I need you to start fighting back. When the going get tough, tough get going. When you go through the valley, when you have been knocked down, when you know what it is to be destroyed, when you know what it is to be wiped out by life, no one can take that from you. If you come from a family right now that's broke, use that to your advantage. I use that to my advantage that I was a high school dropout, that I was homeless, that I ate out of trash can. I love dealing with a dude who think because he come from money, he better than me. Let's go. You got money, but do you got that dog? Yeah, you got money, you got privilege, but do you got that dog? There's certain things when you privilege that mama can buy you, but you can't buy grit, and you can't buy grind, and you can't buy resilience, and you can't buy heart, and you can't buy that dog. I got this dog for being homeless. I'm getting paid now because the homelessness didn't break me. Come on, you need to remember, this is not the first time you cried. This is not the first time you were short of breath. This is not the first time you didn't see a way clear. This is not the first time you were hurt. This is not the first time your heart was broken. This is not the first time you didn't have enough money. This is not the first diagnosis that came up from behind.
Say, I'm going to live to tell the story. This too shall pass. I will remain. I'm not going to quit. Every one of my burdens, there's a blessing on the inside of it. If you don't quit, you will win, baby. Just keep coming back. If you got nothing left to give, just show back up. Half of life, man, is just showing up.
I couldn't give up. Homeless, I still couldn't give up. I'm one crash shot, the PhD. I can't give up. Why? Because the value, what it's worth, what I put in too much. I've given too much. I sweat too much. I've given up sleep. I've given up friendship. I've given up so much stuff that I had to get back later. Why? Because the value, I put too much in it. What's it worth to you? What does it cost? What price have you paid for it? What has it cost you? And if it costs you something, then you better not quit until you get a harvest. You better not quit till it's fully developed. You better not quit in the midst of the process. I need you to speak a victory. I don't care what's going on around you. I need you to speak victory. I need you to talk victory. I don't care what your circumstances are. I don't need you to speak your reality. If you broke, you ain't got to tell the whole world you broke. I need you to speak victory. I need you to say I'm going to graduate when you can't even see it. I need you to say my book will be finished. I'm an author long before it's finished. You have to believe it when you cannot see it. You have to speak it and say it's so that it can become a reality. Because if you can speak it, if you can say it, you're going to eventually get to it.
And that was a little bit of motivation. Thank you. Now a little meditation.
Welcome, beautiful soul. Take a moment to arrive. Allow your body to settle into stillness whether you're sitting or lying down. Close your eyes gently if that feels comfortable. Now take a slow, deep breath in and a long, soft breath out. Let the exhale carry away any heaviness from yesterday. Let it all go. Again, inhale deeply, feeling the gift of a new beginning. Exhale slowly, grounding yourself in this peaceful morning moment. Now bring your awareness to your heart, not to judge or fix, just to listen. Feel your heart beating, quietly, faithfully. Let yourself arrive here, fully, completely. Today is a new page, a fresh chapter. And before anything else, we begin with gratitude. Let the following words wash over you, or repeat them silently. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this life. Think of just one thing, small or big, that you feel grateful for this morning. A person, a place, a memory, even the comfort of your bed. Hold it gently in your mind's eye. Let your heart soften around it. Feel the warmth of appreciation rise within you. Now breathe into that feeling. Let it expand. Let it touch every corner of your being. Say quietly in your heart, I am grateful for all that I have. I am open to receive the blessings of this day. Let a gentle smile play on your face if it comes. And just for this moment, feel the peace of knowing that this day, this moment is a gift. As you begin to return to your surroundings, wiggle your fingers, stretch if you'd like. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Carry this feeling of gratitude with you, like a quiet, glowing light within, guiding your day with warmth, joy, and presence. You are grounded. You are grateful. And you are ready.
And that was a little bit of meditation. Back in a minute. Thank you. And now it's Dr. Berg.
How to whiten your teeth overnight without bleach, without whitening strips, and even without a dentist. With things that you already have in your kitchen, you're going to combine baking soda with coconut oil. Mix 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/2 teaspoon of coconut oil in a small little bowl. Put on your toothbrush, brush your teeth for about 60 seconds. It's important to wait for 2 minutes to allow the baking soda pH, which is going to be a little on the alkaline side, to neutralize the acid on your teeth, help dissolve some of the plaque. Then you can rinse out your mouth and brush with regular toothpaste. Do this every other night, not every single day, and notice how your teeth become really nice and white. How to whiten your teeth.
And that was Dr. Berg. Back in a minute. Thank you. Now from an Instagram account, it's actually called Get Parlor, but here we go.
Of where billions of California tax dollars intended to solve homelessness ended up. California has spent more than $24 billion over the last 5 years with little to no progress in solving our homelessness epidemic. California state officials failed to provide meaningful oversight over the individuals who received most of these funds, and they had little to no answers to the public's demand for accountability. Well, that accountability starts today. Today we are announcing significant developments into our investigation. We're making public 2 criminal cases relating to 2 separate real estate developers who were involved in misappropriating millions of state funds intended to combat homelessness. This morning, federal agents arrested Cody Holmes, a 31-year-old Beverly Hills resident and the former CFO of Shangri-La Industries, a downtown LA-based developer of affordable housing, for defrauding the Home Key program that is administered by the state of California. The program awarded grant money, which included federal tax dollars, for specific projects to convert motels into housing for the homeless and to operate the units. By April of 2022, Shangri-La Industries, where Holmes was the CFO, had co-applied with multiple California cities to convert numerous properties in California, including a location in Thousand Oaks. The state asked for proof that the company had the financial capacity to build all the projects. In response, Holmes and Shangri-La knowingly submitted fake bank statements which claimed to show that the developer had about $160 million on deposit. Not only were the bank statements fake, our investigation shows that Shangri-La and its affiliates had nowhere near the amount of money they claimed they had in the fake bank statements.
And there you go. It was we had some massive fraud here in California about housing the homeless, which makes sense because all these billions of dollars poured in, and we have the same amount of homeless we had before. There's no dent in the homelessness problem. So figured something had to be going wrong, and now we know what it is. Back in a minute. Thank you. Now a little bit of Donald Trump and his story about General Dan Raisin Kane.
When I was told by a general who I had to fire, I said, General, how long before we get 100% of the caliphate? He said, sir, 2 years. I said, I can't take it 2 years. And then I flew to Iraq. And this is why I flew. So I met generals I didn't know. General 1, General 2, General 3. I said, what's your name? sir, my name is Raisin. What the hell kind of a name? I said, Raisin, like the fruit? He goes, yes, sir, Raisin. What's your last name? Kane. Raisin Kane. I said, you got to be Raisin Kane. General, I just made him a big star. So I have Raisin Kane, 3 other generals, colonels, sergeants, and I said, bring the cameras. I'm going to make a movie. This is the most incredible thing. And I said to the generals, we got to get out. I want to know, why is it going to take 2 years to knock off 2 or 3 or 4%, which is what we had left? It won't, sir. I said, tell me why it won't. It won't, sir. If we attack them in a different manner, we can do it much faster. Okay, General Raisin Kane, how fast can... Sir, we can have it totally finished in 1 week. I said, 1 week? I was told 2 years. 1 week. That's right, sir. We're only hitting them from a temporary base in Syria. But if you gave us permission, we could hit them from the back, from the side, from all over, from the base that you're right on right now, sir. They won't know what the hell hit them. They won't know what the hell hit them, sir. And I said, why didn't my other generals tell me that? Why didn't they tell me that? I said, did you tell them that? Not our place to say it, sir. They come in from Washington, sir. We have to take orders. You're the first one to ask us our opinion. True. It's true. 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 So I went back and I said, I'm going to get back to you soon. Raisin, I think you're great. I like you, Raisin Kane. What will we do with this moment? How will we be remembered? Look at the opportunities before us.
This election really isn't about the left versus the right. It's about we the people choosing our government and the choice between freedom versus tyranny.
Nobody has a chronic disease burden like we have. Why are we allowing this to happen to our children? Ultimately, the only thing that will save our country is if we choose to love our kids more than we hate each other.
What is going on here is deeper than politics. It is deeply spiritual. We are being called to rise above the hatred and the fear and the evil.
We need to remember above and beyond that we must love our neighbors, that we must treat other people as we hope to be treated.
You want to be a rebel? You want to be a hippie? You want to stick it to the man? Show up on your college campus and try calling yourself a conservative.
America is going to reach heights that it has never seen before. The future is going to be amazing.
Don't you want healthy children? Don't you want a president that's going to make America healthy again?
I come to you today as a former Democrat. I will be a first-time Trump voter tonight.
People dreamed this country, and it's the people who are making America great again. Nothing worth doing ever came easy. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. Never, ever quit. Never quit. Adversity makes you stronger. Don't give in, don't back down, and never stop doing what you know is right. They want to take away my freedom because I will never let them take away your freedoms. They're not coming after me, they're coming after you, and I just happen to be standing in their way.
When they couldn't beat him, they tried to bankrupt him.
President Trump is back in a New York City court.
When that didn't work, they tried to put him in federal prison.
Raided by the FBI.
When that didn't work, they even tried to kill him.
He just tried to kill President Trump.
Donald Trump still stands, ready to fight, ready to win, and ready to make America great again.
This is Donald Trump's house, brother.
This election, we all get to choose. I'm going to choose real American leadership and a real American body. The 45th and soon to be 47th President Donald J. Trump.
Starting on day one, we will defeat inflation quickly and we will make America affordable again. I will cut your energy costs in half. It's time for the working man and woman to finally catch a break. We are going to bring back the American dream bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. When I'm back in the White House, we will restore world peace, and it will be again peace through strength. I will launch the largest deportation program in American history. I will put these vicious and bloodthirsty criminals in jail or kick them the hell out of our country. November 5th, 2024 will be Liberation Day in America. We all salute the same great American flag. Our best days are yet to come. Together, we will make America great again. This is a movement like we've never seen in the history of our country.
Wisconsin is Trump country.
And that's what this fight is all about. We're taking on the failed political establishment and restoring government of, by, and for the people. It's the people. You're the people. You won the election.
We love this country. We love Donald Trump.
Promises made, promises kept.
We support President Trump. This is epic.
Donald Trump is our president.
With every last ounce of heart and hope and sweat and soul, we are going to make our stand. We are going to stand for liberty. We are going to stand for justice. We are going to stand for freedom. And we are going to stand for the sacred rights given to us by the hand of Almighty God. You joined our movement, the greatest movement in the history of our country. You protected your family. You defended your dignity. You recaptured your destiny. And you took back your country with that great election 2.5 years ago. We are one united movement, one united people, and one United States of America.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
You have always been loyal to this nation. Now you finally have a president who is loyal to you. Every day between now and November 2020, we are going to keep on working, we are going to keep on fighting, and we are going to keep on winning, winning, winning. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you. America is a land of heroes. A place where greatness is born, where destinies are forged, and where legends come to life. This is the home of Thomas Edison and Teddy Roosevelt, of many great generals, including Washington, Pershing, Patton, and MacArthur. This is the home of Abraham Lincoln, Frederick Douglass, Amelia Earhart, Harriet Tubman, the Wright brothers, Neil Armstrong, and so many more. This is the country where children learn names like Wyatt Earp, Davy Crockett, and Annie Oakley. This is the place where the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth and where Texas patriots made their last stand at the Alamo. The American nation was carved out of the vast frontier by the toughest, strongest, fiercest, and most determined men and women ever to walk on the face of the earth. Our ancestors braved the unknown, tamed the wilderness, settled the Wild West, lifted millions from poverty, disease, and hunger, vanquished tyranny and fascism, ushered the world to new heights of science and medicine, laid down the railroads, dug out the canals, raised up the skyscrapers. Our ancestors built the most exceptional republic ever to exist in all of human history, and we are making it greater than ever before. This is our glorious and magnificent inheritance. We are Americans. We are pioneers. We are the pathfinders. We settled the new world. We built the modern world. And we changed history forever by embracing the eternal truth that everyone is made equal by the hand of Almighty God. America is the place where anything can happen. America is the place where anyone can rise. And here, on this land, on this soil, on this continent, the most incredible dreams come true. This nation is our canvas, and this country is our masterpiece. We look at tomorrow and see unlimited frontiers just waiting to be explored. Our brightest discoveries are not yet known. Our most thrilling stories are not yet told. Our grandest journeys are not yet made. The American age, the American epic, the American adventure has only just begun. Our spirit is still young. The sun is still rising. God's grace is still shining. And my fellow Americans, the best is yet to come.
Years ago, we took a wrong turn and lost our purpose. We lost the strength that makes Americans who we are. If we dared to speak the truth, it was called hate speech, and our values were labeled shameful. That's when everything we care about fell apart. We surrendered our borders, our paychecks, and our courage. Our patriotism was called toxic. Men could beat up women and win medals, but there was no prize for the guy who got up every day to do his job. Now we're being asked to settle for the way things are. And we're wondering if America can make a comeback. We can, because we've done it before. When we get knocked down, we don't stay down. We get up again. We fight. We fight. We fight.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
When I first came into office, I cut taxes more than any other president. We have created 7 million new jobs, and it led to a growth like we've never seen before. We developed the greatest economy in history by far. When I left office, it changed. Inflation destroyed the lives of so many people. Interest rates went from 2% to 10%. millions of illegal immigrants, traffickers, and drugs coming into our country has gone to hell. So I made a decision to run. We're going to make America great again, greater than ever before. I will fight for you with every breath, and I will never let you down.
President Trump is literally putting his life on the line, and he's willing to risk it all because he loves this country.
He is strong, he is fearless, and he is what this country needs right now.
Our cities will be safe, our streets will be clean, and our border will be secure.
We can't allow our country to be destroyed by politicians who will put their own power ahead of the interests of the American people, our freedom, and our future.
The left told me to hate Trump. When you cut through the lies, you realize the truth. American families were better when Donald Trump was president. We were safer, wealthier, and stronger.
So if you love this country, if you want to stand up and fight for the future of our nation, you must re-elect Donald J. Trump.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
If I give you one message to hold in your hearts today, it's this. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. Relish the opportunity to be an outsider because it's the outsiders who change the world and who make a real and lasting difference. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead. You must keep pushing forward.
Thank you. This is Ron, your host, the only true conservative in the United States today, bidding adios to all the butchers, bakers, and candlestick makers out there and reminding you that determinism is optional.